my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Something a little bit different. I'm going to just ask this truth oracle what's going on. There's so many rumors going around Andrew right now. What's going on? That, William is forcing Andrew to move out. Otherwise, he'll take away the daughter's titles. And I mean, I let's just ask. How true is the story that William is pressuring Andrew to move out of Royal Lodge? Otherwise, he's going and he's bargaining with the girls' titles. Now, I don't know how you can do that. They were born princesses. They've done nothing wrong. How can he take away their princess? Maybe he can. I'm not sure. Let's ask. You can take away a birthright. Absolutely. It has been done. Precedent has been set. So that's not the issue. But the issue has to be that you're doing something detrimental to the monarch, to the sovereign. Mystery, unknown, puzzle, illusion, confusion. Yeah, we're all confused what's going on. Breakup, walking away, separation, and somebody pointed out to me, and I completely forgot. Earlier this year, I said, Sarah will be moving out of Royal Lodge, mark my words. And it looked like she had, at that point, a love interest. So now are we going to see the two of them no longer living together? Number one, the king doesn't owe her anything. She's divorced. William doesn't owe her anything. Why they're demanding two homes is beyond me. Snake, lie, poison, fertility. So we can put that to bed. So all of this that they're holding the princess titles over their head, that's garbage. That's planted story. Okay, so there's a next story about that Catherine is the one who's actually holding all the power right now. And she has more power than we realize, and she's the real power behind the throne. So let's ask, how true is that? Especially with everything that's going on with Andrew. And we have to remember that those girls did not treat Catherine very well, very kindly. And one day Catherine will be queen, and those girls will have to bow to her. Won't that be something? So how true is that? That Catherine is the real power behind the throne. Roll the dice, take a chance, risk, leap of faith. Uninvited guest, surprise, accident, big change, moment of decision. Run away, get away, keep away, give up. I'm going to say this is a no. We got some red flags here, though. I'm going to say that I don't think she's the power behind the throne. I think we've got another female, Camilla. Is she the power behind William? Is William doing everything that Catherine wants done? Is William playing Catherine's power games? So Catherine's not the real power behind the throne, so we can put that away. Is William doing things to appease Catherine? Is Catherine the one with all the power right now? Key people, core of the problem, pass. Taboo, limit, crime, forbidden love, curiosity. Well, it would be a taboo if William's doing everything according to Catherine. Cool down, calm, pause, solidification. I'm going to say there's something there. Not a lot. More so than, Catherine has any say behind the throne. I'm going to say that I'm going to say that I highly doubt that Catherine is even talking much to the king with this runaway, the roll the dice, uninvited guest. So she maybe puts her 2 cents in, right? We got 2 there. Interesting. Snake eyes and snake. I'm going to say no, not behind the throne, but I'm going to say that there is something here with William, and then to cool down. It feels like it's like redemption for everything that she went through. All right. Notice we aren't talking too much about what happened with Epstein, with Sarah and Epstein. And so I want to know, is all this talk about Royal Lodge, it's obviously, we were told it's not true. All this talk about Royal Lodge is to distract us from talking about what actually happened with Andrew, Sarah, Epstein, Giselle, and that whole gang. Is talking about Royal Lodge a deflection from talking about the Epstein connection? That practically jumped out of my hand. Rest, pause, journey, new beginning. Yeah, give it a rest. Give it a rest. Affairs, mistress, third party, trash, waste, worthless, mouse. I wonder if there were affairs going on. I'm going to say that yes, and I'm going to tell you why. Because they keep talking about how they haven't kept Royal Lodge up, right? And that it needs a lot of work. And this is actually like inside of a home. And then these are the affairs, all the things that went on, mistress, third party, and trash. I'm going to say that, yes, it is, because this is covering up this part here, right? So give it a rest. Give it a rest. And also Epstein Island. There's the sexual thing, and then there's the lodge over top. So I'm going to say yes. Talking all this nonsense about the lodge, who gets what, who's going where, who's moving out. We've read many times, Andrew has a legal lease there. They can't chase him out. They can ask him to go away for a while. Certainly, it's just like, can you please, go hit Portugal or something for a little while. Lay low. Let it calm down. Remember, we did that reading, and it wasn't King Charles. It was William. There's also I saw another article that William has de facto taken charge because he's more worried about the kingdom that he's going to inherit. How true is that? Has William de facto taken charge, or has Charles handed it to him? Like, we have to remember, at the end of Queen Elizabeth's life, Charles was doing a lot of the work. Just wasn't announced. And now we look back, and everybody was, kind of shocked that Queen Elizabeth had cancer. But the thing is she was right to keep it quiet. We all saw her aging. We saw her fading away. She was losing a lot of weight. Everybody could figure out there was something wrong with her. But my God, she was already in her 90s, deep in her 90s. I mean, you have to die of something. And it's not if, it's when. And so people are putting two and two together. But there was no official announcement. And they didn't even really announce what she died of for quite a while after. Think about that. So she was right to keep that health diagnosis to herself, to family, to keep it quiet. She died with dignity. And now look, we're all we're talking about is, when's he going to die? If we didn't know he had cancer, would we be doing these readings about, King William? No, it wouldn't even occur to us that William, helping out, sure, training on the job, sure. Queen Elizabeth was right. You keep your health issues to private. Let's find out, though. Is William de facto ruling everything right now? Or has he been handed it? Or is this just another rumor? Sunset, lost loved one, memories, elder, night falls. This is definitely the king. Forgotten person, core, past, old friend. Photograph, photo, memories, souvenir, card. I'm not going to say that he's de facto the ruler right now, but I think that I think some of it's been passed over to him. Here's the sunset. King Charles knows he's in his sunset. Night falls. He knows it's coming. He knows it's coming. Forgotten person, core, past, old friend. I'm going to say that this is more the question mark over William. Is he in charge or was it handed to him? I'm going to say it's handed to him. I'm going to say King Charles knows he's in the sunset. I'm going to say that this question about how much William is doing, I think that's the question, is how much is William doing? But I think with this showing up, this shows me that that it's been knowingly and lovingly handed to William, but not all of it, parts of it. We don't know exactly what parts. And this photograph watch pictures of them. We'll see some evidence in some of the photographs that are taken. Look and see who just watch and what is being. Also, this photograph is also telling me watch what's in the papers. They communicate through media, so watch what pictures are being shown. I'm also going back to, because this photo memory souvenir card, I'm also going back to that photo that William and Charles were at together at an event, and Charles looked very tired. He was really, really tired. So, and William was standing strong and tall, and he like towered over his father. I know he's quite a bit taller than his father, but he almost looked like father and child, but William was the father and Charles was the child. I think that photograph, and that photograph stuck with me for a few days. So I think that's what it's trying to tell me. Who's towering over who? Okay, and the last one, we've heard lots here that all of this that's going on with the lodge and Andrew and whatnot is to just make us not look at what's happening with Harry and the family. We just saw those pictures. They were in a pumpkin patch. We don't know that was Harry. We only saw the back of his head. We saw like a side. Well, those body doubles, they look very much like the person that they're trying to portray. Or, he flew home to see the kids and do a pumpkin patch thing and whatnot. Let's find out. Is all of this, I know, I'm going to say that it's not to distract. If they wanted to distract us from Epstein, I think they would use Harry and Meghan. They'd use Harry coming back or whatever. But is all of this lodge stuff so that we don't pay attention to what's really going on? And what spurred this question is forgotten person, Harry. Is Harry in more secret talks to come back? And while we're all discussing the Yorks, are we not paying attention? And we're discussing that Catherine's in charge or William's in charge, or we are not. Nobody said anything about Harry. Is he in the UK? Is this a lot of this a distraction, a chatter to this lodge thing here is a happy coincidence that it's a twofer. We're not talking about Epstein and we're not talking about Harry. Let's find out. Sing, soul, singing praises, sing. Like whenever I look at this card, I think, you know how the old slang was, like when mafia would tell on each other or a jailbird would sing, they would like tell, and they would, you know, squeal on somebody or tell the truth about they would be like witness to something. Mirror, reflection, reference, distinguish, appearance, sing. Home, refuge, belong, haven. Yeah. Looking back, reflection, reference, distinguish, appearance, mirror, sing. Soul, sing praises, performance. So it's all a big performance. So we are not looking at what's really going on. Home, that Harry wants to come home. That Harry is looking. So what's the truth about Harry and Meghan's marriage? What's the truth? What's the real truth about Harry and Meghan's marriage? What's the real truth about Harry and Meghan's marriage? What's the real truth about Harry and Meghan's marriage? Sorry, I am sorry. Unspoken apology. Eternal regret. Who's sorry now? Law, lawyer, judge, police. Okay, their marriage is under scrutiny of the law right now. Street, circulation, sports, exhibit. So everything they do is an exhibit. I'm going to say the cards are telling us that I am sorry, eternal regret, law. Here we go, justice card, divorce, lawyer, judge, police. The lawyers and judges are looking after it. You only do that when you're getting a divorce. You don't get a lawyer and judge when everything's happy. And street, circulation, sports, exhibit. This is the exhibit of like they go out in public and out, you know, together outside of their house. I'm getting the street is outside of their house. Also, this has something to do with her recent exhibition of whatever garbage she's selling. Perhaps there's something to do with that. That he's trying to recoup his money from that, or this also could be telling me it's just a business arrangement right now. Cards are very clear. Sorry, I'm sorry. An unspoken apology, eternal regret, law, lawyer, judge, police. Perhaps the police have been called. And street is they're just an exhibit, and they also are just a business arrangement right now. I love this deck, this Truth Oracle. That was actually a fun reading. Again, I'm really trying to change things up for you guys. I know it's a boring subject, but let's find new ways to look at it and see if we can come up with something new. All right. Thanks so much for watching. Please take good care. See you online. Fare thee well.